The bustling city of Tehran, a tapestry of ancient history and modern ambition, was gripped by fear and uncertainty. On a day that began like any other, a shadow fell over the heart of the Islamic Republic. A chilling news bulletin crackled through radios and televisions, sending shockwaves through the nation. The presidential helicopter carrying President Ibrahim Raisi had crashed. The details were sparse, shrouded in a veil of ambiguity, leaving the nation teetering on the precipice of chaos. Frantic calls flooded emergency lines, desperate for any scrap of information about the fate of their leader. Confusion reigned as conflicting reports emerged, adding fuel to the inferno of speculation. Was it a tragic accident or something more sinister? The air was thick with apprehension as the nation held its breath, waiting for answers that seemed lost in the wreckage. The incident sent ripples of concern through the international community. World leaders expressed their condolences and anxiously awaited updates. The stability of Iran, a nation pivotal to the geopolitical landscape, hung precariously in the balance. The crash, more than just a tragedy, had become a symbol of vulnerability, a stark reminder of the fragility of power. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the city, the weight of the unknown pressed down on Tehran. This was not just a helicopter crash, it was a national crisis. The fate of Iran, and perhaps the region, rested on uncovering the truth behind the wreckage. The investigation was about to begin, a quest for answers that would determine the course of history. The official narrative emerged slowly, each detail meticulously scrutinized. The presidential helicopter, a Russian-made Mi-17, went down in the Alborz Mountains north of Tehran. It was a routine flight, a short hop from the capital to a meeting in the mountainous region. The weather was clear, visibility was good, and there were no reported signs of distress before the chopper vanished from radar. Early reports suggested there were no survivors. The Iranian government confirmed President Raisi was on board, along with several aides and members of his security detail. A somber press conference delivered by a government spokesperson offered condolences and vowed a thorough investigation into the cause of the crash. They urged the public to remain calm and avoid speculation. However, the call for calm did little to quell the storm of rumors and speculation swirling through the streets of Tehran and across social media. Some whispered of a mechanical failure, a tragic accident that claimed the life of their leader. Others, fueled by years of political tension and mistrust, saw a more nefarious hand at play. Sabotage, an assassination attempt, a coup. These theories, though unsubstantiated, spread like wildfire, feeding the growing sense of unease. The lack of concrete information only fanned the flames of suspicion. The government's tight control over the narrative, their reluctance to share details of the investigation, only deepened the distrust. The silence from the authorities was deafening, and in the absence of facts, people filled the void with their own interpretations, their own fears. Iran's history is riddled with political intrigue, a tapestry woven with threads of power struggles, foreign interference, and internal conflicts. This context made it impossible to ignore the whispers of sabotage that followed the crash. Speculation ran rampant, pointing fingers at both internal and external enemies. Some pointed to the ongoing tensions with the West, the sanctions, the cyber attacks, the shadow war that had been simmering for years. Could this be an act of aggression, a covert operation designed to destabilize the Islamic Republic? The possibility, however remote, hung heavy in the air, casting a long shadow over the investigation. Others looked inwards towards the labyrinthine corridors of power within Iran. The political landscape was fraught with factions, each vying for control, each with its own ambitions and grievances. Could this be an internal power grab, a move to eliminate Raisi and install a new regime? The rumors, though unsubstantiated, reflected the deep-seated mistrust that permeated Iranian politics. The truth, however, remained elusive, buried beneath layers of speculation and misinformation. The investigators faced a daunting task, sifting through the wreckage, both physical and metaphorical, to uncover the cause of the crash. The world watched, waiting for answers that would determine the future of Iran. Section 4. International repercussions. The crash sent shockwaves through the global community. World leaders offered condolences and expressed concern over the stability of Iran. The incident had the potential to reshape the geopolitical landscape, igniting new conflicts or exacerbating existing ones. This was not just an Iranian tragedy, it was a global concern. The crash occurred amidst heightened tensions in the Middle East. Iran's nuclear program, its support for regional proxies, and its adversarial relationship with the West had created a powder keg of instability. The sudden absence of Raisi, a hardliner known for his uncompromising stance, threw a wrench into the delicate balance of power. The uncertainty surrounding the crash fueled speculation about Iran's future. Would the incident lead to a power vacuum, a scramble for control that could destabilize the region? Would it embolden Iran's adversaries, leading to increased pressure or even military intervention? The stakes were high and the world watched with bated breath. The crash underscored the interconnectedness of global politics. An incident in the mountains of Iran had the potential to trigger a domino effect, with consequences reaching far beyond its borders. The world was waiting, holding its breath, for the truth to emerge from the wreckage. Section 5. Unanswered questions. As days turned into weeks, the investigation into the crash continued, but answers remained elusive. The official narrative, tightly controlled by the Iranian government, offered little clarity. The lack of transparency fueled suspicions, leaving a void filled with unanswered questions. What caused the helicopter to crash? Was it a mechanical failure, pilot error, or something more sinister? Why was there no distress call? What happened in the final moments of the flight? The black box, recovered from the wreckage, held the answers, but its contents remained a closely guarded secret. The lack of independent verification further fueled skepticism. The Iranian government's tight grip on information, their refusal to allow international experts to participate in the investigation, raised serious concerns about the integrity of the process. Were they hiding something? Were they manipulating the narrative to fit their own agenda? The world was left with more questions than answers. The truth, shrouded in secrecy and speculation, remained elusive. The crash, a tragedy in itself, had become a symbol of opacity, a testament to the power of misinformation in a world hungry for truth. Section 6. The need for truth. The helicopter crash that claimed the life of President Raisi was more than just a tragedy. It was a wake-up call. The incident exposed the fragility of power, the volatility of the geopolitical landscape, and the dangers of misinformation. It underscored the urgent need for transparency, accountability, and a commitment to truth. The investigation into the crash, shrouded in secrecy, did little to quell the storm of speculation. The Iranian government's reluctance to share information, their tight control over the narrative, only fueled distrust and suspicion. The world deserved answers, not just for the sake of closure, but for the sake of stability and peace. The crash served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our world. What happens in one corner of the globe can have ripple effects that reach far and wide. The truth, no matter how uncomfortable, was crucial. It was the foundation upon which trust was built, the bedrock of stability in a world teetering on the edge. The world awaited answers, not just about the cause of the crash, but about the future of Iran, the future of the region, the future of our interconnected world. The truth, however elusive, was out there, buried beneath the wreckage of speculation and misinformation. It was time to unearth it, to shed light on the shadows, and to restore faith in a world hungry for clarity and justice.